Today on Castles and Cottages, we'll be visiting Cafe Santana Roasting Company, located at 4100 MacArthur Boulevard in Oakland, California. We have an interview with Richard Santana, the owner, and away we go. Da 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 da.
Hey, this is Israel Chavert, Castles and Cottages. I'm here with Richard Santana. We are highlighting his coffee shop, and I wanted to take a moment to ask him a few questions. Richard, what inspired you to open this coffee shop, and how long have you been in business?
Well, what inspired me to open up the coffee shop was one day on a plane, I was traveling across the country, and I read an article about fresh roasted coffee and home roasting, and how I could do it with the popcorn maker. And I didn't believe it. I was like, yeah, right. So, I'm serious. So what I did was I bought a popcorn maker. I got some green coffee. I put it in there, and sure enough, it worked. And it tasted so good. And from there, I just started like experimenting with roast and roasting more. And then I bought myself a 1 pound roaster, just a small little roaster that I could do for myself. Roasting on the deck in my house. My neighbors started smelling it. They started knocking on the door. Hey, what you got there? And next thing you know, I'm starting to promote and sell coffee. And so it kind of inspired me, the fresh roastedness, the flavor of it, and then it being locally right here in my community, it made sense for me to do this. So that was 15 years ago.
Wow.
Right? And since then, we've served coffee at farmers markets, at events, the fresh fries, stuff like that. And it wasn't but 7 years ago that we decided to go on ahead and try a physical location. So we opened up right here in the Laurel, on the corner of 39th and MacArthur, and here we are, making magic.
Yeah. I remember when you got the larger roaster. Someone suggested I come here when I moved to Oakland in 2016. Immediately fell in love with coffee. You can taste the deliciousness all the way through from start to finish. And you did mention the community. I've ran into several of your employees in Oakland, just being out and about. I'm like, hey, you're from Santana, so I know that you're part of the community. What does it mean to you to be part of the community?
Well, the truth be said, a part of opening up the cafe was making sure that we had a space for community. So I wasn't just going to be one of those profit mongrels.
Yeah.
I needed to make available the opportunity to learn about coffee. So having the roaster here obviously is one thing. To have small events, to have local artists post their stuff right here, and just kind of like bring in that sense of support and communication and exchange. So that's very important.
Yeah.
And so when someone comes in, especially like you saw some of my staff members, when they come to me, they may not know much about coffee, but by the time they leave, they know a lot about it. And I always tell them, hey, you can take this knowledge, you can go anywhere in the world and apply it to a job if you decide that that's what you want to do. I just kind of feel like it's an exchange. If I'm going to be, selling coffee to you, then I want to make sure that you're comfortable coming and sitting and enjoying the space available.
I definitely felt that the moment I walked in for the first time, everybody knew your name. Everybody was just so happy to see you. There's a good sense of a good feel in this coffee shop. So to someone that's walking in here for the first time, they've never been here before, they're hungry, they're thirsty, what should they have?
Well, we have a whole bunch of different kind of drinks, right?
Yeah. Full service.
From the mochas, the lattes, all that stuff, right? But we have some specialty drinks that are specific to us.
Okay.
We have a lavender latte that, for whatever reason, it's one of the more popular drinks. I guess maybe the lavender makes it floral, and the floral makes it organic, and the organic makes it what we want, right?
People love lavender.
Right? And then we have an horchata latte that is made, we share with another small business that makes us condensed horchata called Guaracha Azteca in the Fruitville. And they give us condensed horchata. So our horchata lattes are actually made with real horchata, not powder or anything like that. And then of course, my coffee.
Yeah.
I always tell everybody that, you can get a mixed drink anytime you want, but it's really hard, you'll be hard pressed to find a good cup of coffee. So my thing would be, hey, try the coffee first. That's what you're drinking. You're drinking
No,
great
I
coffee.
come here specifically for the Colombian, the Costa Rica, the Oaxacan, I mean, the Ethiopian, and it's all good. You roast all of it, it's medium, light.
That's what I try to
dark,
do.
Yeah.
And all the coffee that I get is sourced in a good way. Small co-ops. And it's all good quality. I don't try to shave nickels and dimes for the quality of the coffee. I want to make sure it's good. If I like it, I know you're gonna like it. So that's how I buy it. And of course, because we are roasting house, it's all fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, the oldest coffee we have maybe about 10 days old. And for coffee like that's good, right? And then of course we have the empanadas. From Javi's Empanadas. People like them. They come and they get them. I don't know. I think you can find yourself a nice meal and a good cup, and start your day off in a good way with just those recommendations there.
Right on. Hey, well, thank you very much for your time. I'm almost out of coffee, so I'll be seeing you soon. I gotta get my ground up coffee, but thank you for joining us. Thank you, Richard, and we'll see you again. Thank you.
All right.